Oh my God. It's no wonder I haven't done any social services videos for a little while. Obviously, things are a bit better in my life personally these days, but one of the reasons why I don't have much to do with it is probably because of stuff like this. This is a guy called Jerry Hanna who runs an organisation called Parenting Together. And a lot of his videos are sort of borderline racist, really. He doesn't directly say anything that's racist because he knows he's going to get into trouble, I suspect. But if you see from the title of this video, British children taken into care because they are white blondes that sell abroad for €30,000. I mean, I don't know, maybe that is true. I really don't know. I can't say why it is that social services do these things, whether it's social engineering, whether they're motivated by money, what really goes on with it. I've never been able to entirely work it out. All I know is that he's quite right in terms of what he says about social services completely making things up or twisting things or exaggerating things and doing stuff like sending the child into the custody of an abusive parent or an alcoholic parent, and their foster parents are definitely not subject to the same checks that the rest of us are for natural parents. But anyway, this stuff about white blonde kids, they really want white blonde kids for some reason. You know, it just isn't true, and I'll show you in a minute that it absolutely isn't true. Because back in the day when I was doing all my research and campaigning, I made freedom of information requests, and I know that this isn't true. People do not want to hear it, though. So if we look at this guy's video, let's sort of scroll through. Ah, look, there's a nice picture of some Muslim people. Oh, and men aren't violent either. So you can kind of tell what audience he's specifically heading towards. And it really just isn't very pleasant. He evokes this kind of English, or right, in his case, Scottish, I think he's from the Orkneys or something, evokes this kind of rural, bucolic trope here about what wonderful people we are. And white fathers never abuse their children and all that kind of absolute horse plop. So, look, many years ago, when I got involved with this, I submitted some freedom of information requests, and you can look at them on What Do They Know, because that was the website that I used. This was an example of one of my freedom of information requests to Haringey, and what I asked of them was, can you give me a breakdown by ethnicity of children that are looked after children, i.e. that have been taken into care, and those children and families that had been subject to an investigation, for example, Section 47 assessment. And I asked them, please, to supply the figures for the last 3 years. Now, they didn't want to give me the data. They made lots of excuses, and they tried to fob me off with information from the Department of Education, which actually didn't specify which children they were talking about that were from Haringey in particular. So anyway, these are the results of this attachment. They're Section 47 and LACS, as in looked after children by ethnicity. Now, what it did was reveal something that was really interesting, and that Haringey probably didn't want us to know, insofar as they, didn't want us to know about, they might cover up for taking purely white children for their evil means or whatever. Actually, they just took whatever was convenient for them and whatever was easiest. If we look at these figures, these are looked after children at the point of March 2012, 31st of March 2012. They have or had in those days 575 children, 210 white children, 55 mixed children, and 255 black children. So by the time you've added the mixed children, you've got really quite a